Now that's how you do a biopic. That's exactly how you do a biopic. You get the right actors, the right people. You have everybody involved. That's how you get a biopic together. We have seen a slew of biopics over the last couple of years, and most of them ain't amounted to shit. And I'll just go down the list. We got the TLC movie. Now that movie was fairly decent. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things that were out of sync, and it could have been much better than what it was just looking back on it. But at the same point in time, it was a pretty decent movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty decent movie. I give them 2 thumbs up for that. It was a decent movie, especially with the casting, because Drew Sidora, she embodied T-Boz. Keke Palmer, she embodied Chili, and Lil Mama was the star. Cause she embodied the fuck out of the Left Eye. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. She did the damn thing when it came down to that. So she'll always get #1 pick on the TLC biopic. Then you had the Aaliyah one that we all want to forget. The most awful biopic I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think that we could have gotten any more horrible biopic. It was terrible because nobody close to the story was really involved, and they make this whole Aaliyah and R. Kelly relationship as some damn Romeo and Juliet love story, and I highly doubt that that's what it was. So it was automatic bullshit, and the fact that Wendy Williams was the producer and all she wanted to do was exploit the mess, and she didn't really know the full story, was really ridiculous. So it was horrible. That movie was terrible from the casting on down. It was just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. The mother that was casting in there, she was a pretty good actress, but everything else was just terrible. The girl didn't even play Aaliyah right. It was just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Nothing good came out of it. Then you had the Toni Braxton movie. It was okay. It was out of sync as well. What really annoys me is don't try to play with my intelligence when you're doing the biopic, because if I've been following a person's career, I know exactly what era we were in, what era is supposed to come after it, all of that. Why is it that after, say for instance, I think Breathe Again, we go into He Wasn't Man Enough, and then we go into Unbreak My Heart. Didn't Unbreak My Heart come out the Secrets album, and then He Wasn't Man Enough come out the Heat album, meaning Secrets came before the Heat, and Secrets came out in 96 and the Heat came out in 2000? Don't play with me, you know what I mean? So I mean, it was decent, but it really wasn't all that great just looking back at it. Then you had the Whitney Houston movie. That movie was okay too. I mean, the sex scenes was pretty raunchy, but it was true to Whitney and Bobby, because she always said that they had a lot of sex, and indeed they did. It showed in the movie. So, yeah. But other than that, I mean, girl, these biopics haven't been worth the time of the day. As y'all can see, I never really reviewed any of them, but I had to review New Edition. I remember seeing a trailer of it early last year, and from the moment they showed that to me, I was like, you know what, I can't wait to see this movie. Like, I got to see this. Like, I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. I got to see this motherfucking movie. Bottom line, I just got to see the movie. And when I found out when it was going to air, I couldn't wait. You know, me and my friends were just ready to watch the, you know, we all went to my friend's house and, you know, we watched the movie together. And I must say that New Edition was very legendary. But, of course, I knew that already. You know what I mean? Because I'm a music lover to the core. You know what I mean? Like, I love me some music. There's nothing nobody can tell me about no music. I know my music history. I'm a music R&B, so to speak, an R&B head. I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to some R&B. And New Edition was one of those R&B groups that I loved. Like, I always loved New Edition. Like, I knew their songs. I knew the Belle Biv DeVoe records. I knew that Another Bad Creation was a group that Michael Bivins had found, and then, you know, Boyz II Men was named after the song on the New Edition album, Boyz II Men. You know, I know the history. You know what I'm saying? And from the cast, and the fact that the cast knew how to sing and shit, and they were singing with their own vocals really made it even better. And Luke James, a lot of people on my Facebook, because I was mainly on Facebook during the time of this movie, didn't even know who the fuck Luke James was. They wasn't aware that he had a full song, a whole single out a few years back when he was trying to, he was even performing on 106 in Park, you know, as one of the I forget what it was, but I know that K. Michelle was a part of that same shit for all the new artists. But I forgot what they called it. But he was a part of that right alongside Miguel. He was there with CJ Hilton, all those artists. And he had a song out called I Want You. I remember the song. You know what I mean? I honestly do remember the song. And I was kind of shocked when didn't nobody know who he was. Because I was like, y'all don't know who the hell Luke James was. Y'all never heard of his song. But I got to understand everybody not into music like me. And, you know, it is what it is. But I knew who he was. I wasn't that familiar with all of his records. The only song that I really know about is I Want You. But I was surprised that nobody even knew about that. But then you had Hakeem from Empire. He played Michael Bivins. And I must say that Hakeem did a wonderful motherfucking job. He played the fuck out of Michael Bivins, okay? He embodied that man. Like, real talk. He played the shit out of Michael Bivins. Couldn't nobody play that but him. I couldn't see nobody else playing Michael Bivins but Hakeem from fucking Empire. When I saw him on that New Edition movie, I didn't see nobody but Michael Bivins. I didn't see fucking Hakeem. I saw Michael. That's what the fuck I saw. Not that annoying ass Hakeem, but fucking Michael. That's what I saw. I don't know a lot of these actors by name. The guy that played Ralph Tresvant, that's one of my favorite members of the group. Of course, for obvious reasons, but he's one of my favorite members of the group. And he played the shit out of Ralph too. He really did. And then even down to when they were kids. Like they picked this little boy to play Bobby Brown. And I must say that I honestly believe that that's Bobby Brown's long lost son. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I believe that that's his long lost son. Real talk. Because that boy looked just like Bobby Brown when he was a damn child. Real motherfucking talk. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And then just looking at the movie, it went beyond the storylines by itself. It was more so about the music and the stuff that you remember and the place that you were at when you first heard the damn song. Now, a lot of New Edition's music came out before I was even born. Because if I'm not mistaken, N.E. Heartbreak came out in 88 or 89, and I was born in 89. And I think my mother said she was at a New Edition concert when she was pregnant with me. So I was alive to see the Home Again stuff, you know. Hit me up, oh baby, yeah. Come on, baby, you drive me crazy. And that song, I'm still in love. I'm still in love with you. Ricky Bell and Ralph led that song. You know what I mean? And it was like really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Cause I was just going back and I'm like, all these damn songs then cool enough. Ooh, watch out. Just Can You Stand the Rain? Mr. Telephone Man. If It Is in Love, you know what I mean? Hit Me Off. I'm Still in Love with You. You know, all of these songs, Not My Type of Girl. Then you got they solo hits. You got Every Little Step. You got My Prerogative. You got Ronnie. You got Don't Be Cruel. You got Poison. You got Do Me. You got My, Rub You the Right Way. Sensitivity. All these records. All these classic ass songs that's still being played today. Like it just, watching this movie just lets you know that the music industry ain't about shit these days, okay? The music industry ain't about nothing. Like this generation that my younger brother is growing up in ain't about shit. Because it just really, like, a lot of times when you look at stuff like this, or when you watch the BET Awards and you know they have the Bad Boy reuniting on the stage, and you know you got all these old acts coming out, it just reminds you of your childhood. And I grew up in the 90s, and I loved to listen to the radio. I had them little cassette tapes. I recorded every song that I loved off the radio. Like, that's the type of shit I remember. That's when things were more simple. You know, you had all these shows on BET, Video Soul. You know, you had BET Star. You had Video Link, all these different video shows. And I never forget, like, I remember all these eras one by one, growing up in the country, all of that. Like, I remember that stuff. Like, when I hear a certain song, it takes me back to when I was where I was. Like, if I hear Destiny's Child's No, 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 it takes me back to the 3rd grade, because that's where I was. I was in the 3rd grade when that song came out. I just remember that. And, you know, it's really, really crazy to me how that can happen. You know, and just looking at New Edition, it just shows you how legendary they are and how great they are. You know, and they are. Like, you can't think about no groups from the 80s and the 90s without saying anything about New Edition. You just can't. But it also exposed the backwards business that the music industry is like. You know, it just exposed all of that. Like, it just basically talked about how you can be out there with #1 hits, best-selling albums, and still be broke. These motherfuckers were still living in the projects for years before N.E. Heartbreak came out. They were still in the fucking projects. I couldn't imagine having a #1 record and having all these tours and shit and still living where I'm at. You know what I mean? Still living in the hood. But then again, I remember Mary J. Blige when she was on Behind the Music, and when Real Love came out and just blasted up the charts, she was still walking up the hill in slow-mo. So that's how shit used to be, you know. And it's crazy, like, you know, growing up, you be seeing all these folks all in the videos with the nice jewelry and, you know, swaying back and forth and shit in the videos, but they ain't got nothing to show for it. They ain't even happy. That's crazy, right? So I be like, I was fascinated by this movie, honestly and truly. I was fascinated by it, from the cast to everything, to the script, to everything, because they kept it all the way 100. You can tell that all this shit happened for real, and you can also tell that New Edition is really a real group. They were real friends, real brothers. You know, girl groups, they don't get to reunite the same way boy bands do. New Edition can fight, get back on their stage together in a heartbeat. We won't see Escape doing it. You know what I'm saying? We won't see In Vogue doing it. They fighting over the name. You know what I'm saying? We won't get to see all these old acts do shit like that. You know what I mean? All these old girl groups. Like, SWV is the only one from my time that actually came back and did a record, even did a reality show. Like, I want to see an SWV movie. I want to see an Escape movie. I want to see what happened with all these old groups, and New Edition just set the bar because they did the motherfucking thing. And with that being said, BET, y'all trying to get me back because I ain't watched BET in fucking years. I ain't watched BET in so fucking long that it don't make no sense. I don't even remember how the shit look. I ain't watching it in so long, but I look like I will be watching it because I saw the previews to those new shows. The Quad, I think Rebel is the name of a show. Like, they are trying to give us more black programming. Then they got Being Mary Jane. Like, BET is on point. And all I gotta say is, shout out to BET for giving us the New Edition story. Because I enjoyed myself watching it. Me and my friends enjoyed it. I didn't even want the shit to end. I damn near want to cry when the credits roll tonight. So with that being said, y'all, I give the New Edition movie a 2 thumb up, because that's what the fuck it deserves. And all those people that played each member of New Edition, I hope they go on and do better things. I hope they, you know, go further in their careers, because this is the beginning for them right here. Like, they show out with this movie. So I want to say thank you to all the actors and everybody that was involved in New Edition. And I just want to thank New Edition, you know, Ricky Bell, Rap Transvan, Bobby Brown, Ronnie DeVoe, Michael Bivins, Johnny Gill. I want to thank all y'all for giving us timeless music, timeless albums, and everything. Because this, y'all music gonna always live on. I don't give a damn if it's 2020. We still gonna listen to New Edition. That's all I got for y'all tonight, and I'm out of here, y'all. Till my Frustration Friday, I'll see y'all later. Peace. Because if it is love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind all the time?